and there is a gun on the table. And the only other person in the room is an adversary in commerce. Only one of you can prevail. Do you pick up the gun, Joy?
Pick up the gun.
I'm Joey Mangano, the queen of mops in the United States. Everyone asked me, how did you do it? To be honest, I'm not sure either. I just know that my story had no brilliance at all at the beginning. Born into a chaotic family, I learned to stick to my own ideas from a young age. My mother is always complaining about life. My father left us, leaving behind my younger brother and sister. There is no support at home and no guarantee in life itself. Every morning at 6 o'clock, the moment the alarm clock rings, I know that another endless battle is about to begin. I mechanically repeat the daily routine, frying eggs that will always burn for the 2 children, tidying up the empty wine bottles and cigarette butts left by my husband, and listening to the shrill laughter from the TV that is always on in my mother's bedroom. The light in the woman's eyes in the mirror has long been worn away by the daily trivialities of life. I often wonder, do we housewives always have to live for others? Until one day, I had enough.
I just told your boss that you're going to work.
Don't you see? I'm losing my mind!
I have no time to dwell on those feelings. I have to support this family and give the children a better future. Just when everything in life seemed hopeless, a party changed my mind. When cleaning the broken wine glass, a piece of broken glass cut my hand. It further shattered my zombie-like life. I remember that when cleaning at home, I was always annoyed by those traditional mops. They were too troublesome, too dirty, and too inconvenient. At this moment, an idea occurred to me. What if there were a kind of mop that could allow you to wring dry easily without getting your hands dirty? Just like this, the idea of the self-wringing mop was born. I borrowed crayons from my daughter, and from then on, my invention began. But I know this is not a simple thing. I excitedly introduced my ideas to everyone, but all I got in return was their lack of understanding. Without money, without support, I don't even have the ability to produce and manufacture. So I began to seek funds and help everywhere. The bank gave me rejections time and again. And those familiar friends and relatives didn't give me any hope either.
Doomed to a lifetime of failure, disappointment, unfulfilled expectations. That your life to date makes a stronger case for disappointment.
Even my mother, Muriel, has always felt that I was wasting my time and that I shouldn't be thinking about daydreams anymore. I can understand her concern, but I don't want to be trapped in this broken family for the rest of my life. So I decided not to listen to her anymore and continue on my own path. I went to look for a suitable manufacturer. Although there were many difficulties, I didn't back down. At every step, I forced myself to move forward because I know that retreating means eternal failure. I began the process of making mops. Design drawings, materials, production, every task is full of challenges. I have no technical background and no experience. They gathered together and had a fierce discussion as if the idea originated from them. Finally, I have my own factory. It's my father's repair room. However, the manufacturer providing the parts raised the bill price without authorization on the grounds that I had repeatedly put forward modification suggestions.
He keeps overbilling us. I'm not paying for it. Nobody pay it. I'm gonna fight it out with this guy.
The store refused my supply and asked me to go to a big company. The big company said that $19.95 for a mop was too expensive.
Keep buying our mops at $5, 50 times, 100 times. Look, you were broke and bored. Go home. Please, take care of your family.
I began to promote it myself. It was low cost and convenient, but I never expected the bill.
Break the law?
No, we're leaving. We're leaving. I won't come back, but you don't have to take my stuff. Please.
Pasted on the door when I got home. The sick child and the helpless mother. It makes me more determined to continue on this path. I never expected that it was my ex-husband who knocked on the door. He said he had channels and perhaps could help me. I didn't want to miss any opportunity, so I followed him to the TV shopping center. But I was too nervous and made frequent mistakes from the very beginning. He looked at me, somewhat skeptical, but also seemed to see a glimmer of potential.
I sell product affordably, but I don't sell cheap product. And your mop is plastic and it looks strange.
I don't know anything about charts, but I do clean my own home because it is better than anything else out there. Do you understand that there is a business that wants to sell my mop on television? It's going to sell.
Finally, he promised to give me a chance. This is a ray of hope for me. When my mop was first launched on TV shopping, I was full of hope, but also worried. Can my mop be accepted by the market? Can my efforts be rewarded? Sure enough, it didn't go smoothly at the beginning. The sales were not high, the audience's response was lukewarm, and I even began to wonder if I had made the wrong decision. Just when I was at my lowest point, Neil told me, "Joey, keep going. This product has potential. You can do it." This sentence is like a shot in the arm to me. I decided to give it another try. I strengthened the marketing and improved the way the product was promoted, and I appeared on TV myself, facing the audience and showing my mop.
With 300 continuous cotton loops that I looped myself when I designed it. $375. I guarantee I would have bought it and I wouldn't have cut my hands up.
I still remember that day. When the news of the sales breakthrough came over the phone, my heart almost stopped beating. I made it. I really did it. My mop has become a bestseller in TV shopping, with sales exceeding expectations. At that moment, I felt that all my hard work was worth it. My name began to be known. I have transformed from a woman from an ordinary family into someone with my own brand and company. I can provide a better life for myself and my children. I'm no longer just a housewife. I've become a businesswoman, a woman striving for her dream. Before the champagne at the celebration banquet was finished, the patent infringement notice was delivered to the table.
All right, come on, man. You're trespassing.
You're not going to get away with
What you're
this.
saying.
You're a thief. You're a thief, Gerhardt.
Be careful. Come on.
What's even more disgusting is that I saw with my own eyes my dad conspiring with investors in a corner to undermine me, and Peggy stood not far away. The sneer on her face was exactly the same as it was 20 years ago. Do you know what the most ironic thing is? What often hinders your flight are those who claim to love you. They use "for your own good" as an excuse, but in fact, they are just afraid that you will become stronger than them and that you will break the balance they are familiar.
The world destroys your opportunity and it breaks your heart. So I don't want to hear any more about Mimi. She was wrong. She had her head in the clouds and it was full of stupid ideas and it gave me stupid ideas.
I tore up the bankruptcy documents they asked me to sign and cut off my cherished hair. I'm going to start over. Late at night, the materials piled up like small mountains. When I stated the evidence myself, there was panic in the other person's eyes.
I want all of my molds back. I want you to sign this piece of paper saying that you have no rights financially.
Next to those two numbers as well.
Holding the signed document and walking out of the gate, I smiled and shed tears. I know I'm not a cowardly housewife who has been bullied. This time, I'm no longer a weak person at the mercy of others. The story is not over. Every day, I am facing new challenges and new competitions. But I know that all of this is worth it. Every difficulty is a test for me, and I will also keep moving forward to prove myself. From an ordinary woman no one ever believed in, to an entrepreneur with a successful career, my journey has been full of hardships and challenges. Now, as I stand in the office of this company and look back on the past path, I know that no matter how many storms I've experienced, I will never stop easily. When life cuts you, what you need to do is not to bandage the wound. Instead, invent a better mop to clean up the entire shitty life. Then, with this mop, Sweep all those who once looked down upon you into the dustbin of history.